Next on Comcast Newsmakers, a recent study shows a big disparity in pay between men and women. A conversation with Councilmember Godden coming up. Hi, welcome to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Sabrina Register. Today we are at Seattle City Hall and I'm joined by Councilmember Godden. So
hello,
nice to see you. Yeah, thanks so much for coming on the program.
Going to be fun.
Certainly an interesting topic. A study last year by the National Partnership for Women and Families found that women make about 73 cents for every dollar that a man makes. So how do those numbers compare to the city of Seattle employees here?
When we discovered that, it's one of the worst gaps in the nation because nationally it's 77 cents on the dollar. And we're 73 here in this region, which is very bad. So we looked at the city. Certainly we wanted to find out whether the city was doing as well or worse. It turns out the city's doing better, 90 cents on the dollar, but we're still having a gap of 10 cents.
So last year, I believe it was, a task force was formed to take a look at this issue to come up with some recommendations. So bring us up to speed.
Well, the Women's Commission was the one that wanted this task force, and the mayor appointed it, and I sort of oversaw some of the things that they did, and they came out with their recommendations in March. And already we've begun to implement some of them. As a matter of fact, we even began last year when we passed the budget so that we put a little bit of money extra in the budget so that we could help accomplish getting the city's pay gap narrowed.
So talk about the recommendations as you move forward.
Well, there are a number of them, and certainly they're going to, some of them are going to take longer and some of them are things that we can do quickly. One of the things that we're doing is immediately we're having an analysis of all of the departments to find out what the pay gap is and what the department directors think they should do to narrow it. And then we are going to look at such things as the parental leave. We discovered, to my horror, that in the city of Seattle, if you have a baby, you don't get any parental leave.
And that's different with other cities?
I don't know. We're going to find that out. That's
but you
why
feel
we
strongly
have
that
I feel strongly that this is certainly not something that you would think of for 21st century. Parental leave is very, very important to us. When people do have a family, they should have some time off instead of having to take unpaid sick leave or having family leave, which you take without pay.
And I'm not sure everyone realizes that a lot of households, not only in Seattle, but of course across America, are run by women. They're single households.
Indeed, there are many, many families that are headed by women, and they are the only wage earner in the entire family, and so therefore you do have to have some of these family-friendly policies. And it seems to me it's long past time when the city could institute some of those, and we will be doing so. One thing we're doing right at the moment is we're looking into daycares. We did have an incentive for people who were developing a new building, for instance. If they put in a daycare, we would give them extra height, and we're going to look to see if that is helped or if we can do something else to make sure that we get these family-friendly policies.
So some of the recommendations are already being worked on, strategies to address this issue, and it sounds like moving forward there's some that slowly but surely will also be implemented.
Indeed, and also we're going to suggest, not even just suggest, but we're going to be passing a resolution that the mayor is sending to us to implement some of these policies. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to ask that department directors consider flex time when you are able to do that, not necessarily give it, but make sure that you can, have that opportunity to ask.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. And thanks for watching Comcast Newsmakers.